They never expected your exit to be permanent. They told themselves you were just taking space, cooling off, waiting for familiarity to pull you back. What shattered them wasn't your leaving, it was realizing you never circled back. Not out of revenge, but out of self-recognition. They feel rejected not because you walked away, but because you never looked back for validation. Your silence didn't beg for an explanation, it stood complete. They thought distance would soften you into nostalgia. Instead, distance sharpened your self-respect into something immovable. They expected your return to confirm their importance. What broke them was discovering your return wasn't necessary anymore. Your life continued without consulting their memory. You didn't pause at the door of the past, you closed it. Every quiet day only strengthened your boundary. They assumed your worth lived in their recognition. What unsettles them now is understanding your worth never required their approval. You didn't come back to renegotiate your dignity. You kept it intact and carried it forward. They thought longing would weaken you. They underestimated how powerfully peace can anchor someone. They assumed your love would override your limits again. They didn't expect your limits to finally outrank your longing. They feel rejected because your silence doesn't ache for them, it breathes without them. Your independence didn't look dramatic, it looked steady, and that steadiness scared them more than anger ever could. They thought you needed closure from them. They didn't realize closure came from recognizing yourself again. You chose to be finished, not understood. Your memory didn't turn into regret, it matured into clarity. They believed loneliness would drag you back. They never saw solitude become quieter than staying ever was. They expected history to pull you. They didn't account for self-respect rewriting gravity. They feel rejected because your worth didn't collapse without their presence, it expanded. They thought your leaving was emotional. They didn't expect it to be philosophical. Your absence removed their emotional authority. They waited for you to soften. You hardened into clarity instead. You broke the unspoken agreement to always return. Explanation was no longer needed where certainty lived. They feel rejected because you didn't need a villain to justify leaving. You simply chose yourself. They thought your heart would overrule your standards again. They didn't expect your standards to finally protect your heart. Your future stopped reserving space for their past. Solitude didn't weaken you, it rebuilt you. Your silence didn't signal struggle, it signaled effortlessness. They feel rejected because your peace didn't wobble when their memory tried to re-enter, it stood like stone. They assumed your identity was shaped around them. What shattered them was seeing you thrive without them. They feel rejected because your evolution didn't ask for their permission. Your joy doesn't reference them. Your life no longer leaks regret. It moves forward with purpose. They believed your leaving would exhaust you. They didn't expect it to energize you. They feel rejected because your standards didn't soften with loneliness. They strengthened with truth. You didn't stay away to teach them a lesson. You stayed away because you learned one. And once you chose yourself without apology, nothing, not memory, not nostalgia, not familiarity, had the power to pull you back.